Is day 1312 the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. Today we're still at war, foreseeable future. We are learning Shmiras Chus for Yeshua's and Gula. Today we are doing Yerideh Simukut Tzadik Tes, it's the base Yud Aleph. Base. Minili Lashon Chafifa. Yesterday we saw a different Pshatim in Chafifa. So Arukh HaShulchan says this is what Pshatim Chafifa called Kodvar, includes everything. Tika Pshatim Chafifa Lashon Chichuch. Chafifa primarily means to scratch. Kamo Shibish Rashi with Brachos Ayin Shom. So they come at Varm. We can do but several things, several ways. I don't scratch. Rub. Or by rubbing the hands, or b'neser, or with different chemicals, or the comb, or and here it says to say with the comb. That because the Babakama seems to indicate that. Mido Raisel Yuni Dilma Miktar. With the rice, all you have to do is check the hair to see if it's tied up. Inami Mos Midim or something is something dirty is on it, which is going to be a suction of Asa as a Tikkun Chafifa. And as it came and added the Takon of Chafifa and Shom. Look on a Tikkun Nami Chafifa. I messed up. I said he added also Chafifa. No, Tikkun Chafifa. Look on a Tikkun Nami Chafifa. Mashadi the Tikkun Chafifa Tula Tzorchin Berosh. Sounds like once you do the chafif, you don't have to check the head. You know, the yachuf yadav, if you're going to say the rubbings with the hands, need a teeny yagish yadav. Okay, you might feel dirt with his hands. A kshira is a saras vade lo yagish kamubon. Obviously, you won't feel some hairs are knotted together. So he says with a comb, because a comb masreik bodek a comb, because the comb gets out all the knots. Kimo Avo Biyushami so per base of some Shibir places Benida Omer the Yushami says Nida Chofefes Bisso Records with Tabelas. There's Chafifa and combs and Shitoivos and Sham. For Chafifa Chud speak of Chud, so it's clear that Chafifa and combing are not the same thing. So let's just do both. There's the language of the Torah wrote, she should be chofef the hair of her head, so records and also comb well with a comb. Hair should not cling to each other. Ezra, that is from Ezra's enactment. She should be chofef at time she toivos. So Venire Milshono, it seems from what he was saying, the Kodesh Ezra Kolakol. The Takon of Ezra include everything. Chafifa ve'asrika. B'zeh much kosavnu. And that's what he wrote. To them as Chafifa kol kolul, because Chafifa became the name for both Chafifa and Srika. B'zeh much kosavnu. B'zeh gan kamra sarbeina b'his Yosef. Sifav shischib b'zeh shono tzrika b'chule. B'sok ser rosh yafeh b'masrek. He's Chafifa and to comb well. Because of Tachov kol gufa, and he should do Chafifa entire body. Akan shono. Rosh Hashanah including the head. Into Shiganke, Chafifa Usrika. In the end, he doesn't explicitly say what Chafifa is, but evidently it is with using shampoo or soap or something of that like. The third thing Chachamim instituted, Sha'isha Tadiach Mikomos Hastorim Shaba, she should rinse the places which are the hidden places within her, and the creases within her, like the armpit, base erva, and the genitals, and the holes of the nose and the mouth, and the ears, with water. She should wash out the places where there folds, but mine with water. I skipped the line before. Stir out the folds and all the hidden places. Tafka b'mayim, simply water, not other beverages. All beverages besides, or liquids I should say, besides water, they have a thick, viscous moisture, and they cling. So they will cling to the folds of her skin. That says specifically water. But he says the rest of the body, not the folds. Other liquids are mutter. Came in because there are no folds there. And the bracket says since back v'sidrei taros you can people legamrei. I'll go dikduk zed the mind. They are dubious about this whole emphasis on water. Rashba Torah Sabayis Kotzer Lesa Hach the Mayim doesn't have that point of in the water. Came Bilchas Ramban. Came with Shemarik Ramah Paskuke. Since Marik and the Ramah Paskin specifically water ain't Lishana. Also Shana, so now allowed to deviate. Came Chogu Valley and Kpeda. So the rest of the body there is no need to specifically use water. Only by the creases and the base of story and the hidden places. Hey, Vizel Shon Rabbi saying about it, Shon Rabbi Sif Aleph. Sricha Ladia base of Shechah, she has to rinse the armpit, the base of stem shla, and the hidden places, but mine with water, and not with other liquids. So and to comb her hair of her head well with a comb so sunny buckles that her hair should not cling to each other. A woman has to examine herself and her flesh with and inspect her entire body. Right before she shouldn't anything dirt on her, which is going to be an obstruction. But she should scrub, shampoo her entire soap, her entire body, and rinse up with hot water. When she's soaping or shampooing up her body and her hair. That which they specifically mentioned the armpit in and of itself. For a base story, clothing now can just be included in the parameter of base story. Merely Mishum Lakamra was saying Echatzitza base shechi. Some of the post component there's no obstruction in the armpit. Masham Simon Kufsai Chesif Chafal. Kam Daiton Kol Kain who Kamashkab Nusham. And this also is opinion of Shulchan Aruch. Can call Lama Lola Diach based on Shari. So why should they rinse the armpit? Came in the Chotzitz, it's not a Chatzitza. Numbiano Shamba, we said the Zel Miuta, that was the minority of the armpit. Avaruba Chotzitz, the majority of the armpit, it has some sort of Chatzitza, that obstruction is a Chotzitz. Chen Shimak also if she's meticulous about it. Shama Rachlim was there, and then we spoke about length. Leficha appear to base on Shachar Pratis, that's why they specify the armpit. Vav, it's actually also to comb the hair of her head well with a comb. The Masha Raksei Rosh sounds like just the hair of the head. Velose Bashar, becomes a goof, not hair. The other place of the body, Ishmael Mishum Shar becomes Muati Masoros, become a Samekusa. Because the other place in the body, the hair is much less, in both in quantity and quality. They mean because if you don't specifically comb them. The dialim b'chafif yadayim is just good. It's good enough to rub them with the hands. As opposed to the hair of the head. Shehem merubim and many of them quality and quality. The time of near late, it seems the reason is mishum sheyesh. I was saying this like takonas ezer michafifa loya rak barosh. Takonas ezer chafifa is only in the head. Shampoo kumash kasav atzur b'shem rabbeinu tam. The Ram seems the same though. Say the whole the same thing. Tav she's compared based on stam chafifa, even though I mentioned chafifa generically. Kom dvar v'kto from previous statements. Mevur the head of the rakarosh guy. It's going only on the head. Ayin shom. And the BCS writes that that's the Ram as well. Yeshma was saying I feel hasovrim da'kolguf kaik takonaso. And there are authorities hold that the Ezra's takana went on the entire body. Konkos really lav dafka, but it's not 100% necessary. The Torah writes, she should do chafifa any place there's hair with hot water. And she should comb him. Or spread them out with her hands very well. Because the Sorekas omefas feses. So even the hair require combing. Even though we're maching like Rashi until you specifically comb, that's in the head. Only the hair of the head, but so not the other place where there's hair. So in brackets, it's a shaka difficulty with this, but according to what he writes, everything works out fine. Zayin. V'zeh shekos v'kein tzricha yisha la'ayin ba'atzma. V'sara, that a woman has to check herself in the flesh. Ain't no moving a lashon. Language is strange. Yesh kan chisaron, but the word's missing. V'kein tzrich lamar. That's what it say. Lying ba'atzma, to look at herself. B'sara, in her hair. B'sara, and in her flesh. V'kein mutaras habayis hakotzer. Kamash what's going to tell us Afa Gadam Sarakis Masrekas Rosh, even though she combs her head with a comb, she also has to scrub all of her body, Simon, Betachu Kol Gufa, become a comb, nevertheless, Ikar Yun Shumi Torah, Aim Bicholas Abatel. The Torah's essential examination that we can't do away with. Therefore, she should pay careful attention with her hands and with her eyes to her hair and to her flesh. Those are you don't have to examine. Enough just do chafifa because sefer birusha the reisha. That the end is an explanation of the beginning. That's the taz. Birshamar can't say this. So it's three kasorch. He's kirum b'kodim. Mentioned combing first. Nevertheless, they wrote you have to be look at the hair. Examine the head. And that's what it means. Tikas atzma. Like we explained best Torah Sabais, and it says in brackets also to see retired not like the Taz. Maybe for this reason they wrote that she should rinse with hot water at the time that she scrubs with the shampoo, with the soap, her hand, her body, and her hair. That's not mentioned at all. Gemara. It's only a custom which the daughters of Israel take upon themselves, much custom of Torah and Sham. You can say this is the letter of the law. Because you can't negate the visual examination, which is the Raisa. How is she going to do this? That's why she washes without water her head and her skin. Okay, interesting. That the time when she's washing without water, that's the same time she visually examines. Says called Tinuf and she moves any dirt. She looks at her head as is customary. And the hot water cleanses the body and the head. There's no better visual examination than that done at the time of the rinsing. All customs based also when you're shampooing the hair, it should not be with cold water because they wrap the hair around itself. And but simply hot water. But it can be water heated up in the sun. This is no good. Because evidently this type of chemical cuts the hair and gets mixed in again. Oil, which I think is aloe. Buga can mean neser. No, maybe not. This type of detergent. Because it makes the hair get all together, which the soap I think does as well. Not anything which complicates the hair. Oh, he says no. Our soap, which you call soap, you can use it. On the contrary, there's use soap, and they consider it a mitzvah to use soap. I guess it's before they had separate shampoo. Test those are all preferred. But she did use one of these chemicals, which is exfoliates, I think the word is. For us, but she saw that her hair is not knotted and not wrapped around itself. The palm ze mutar. This time it's okay. Since you did it, she has to go back and do it again. But next time she goes to mikvah, she can't rely on that also. It's mutter every time, I guess. We see that this chemical doesn't make her hair all messed up. For they rejected the words of the levush. It's not like other liquids, as we will explain next. The following mutter, which are occasionally permitted, the zelon is karba gemara. That's not a problem. Avoness of oil, since no, it's depilatory, right? Not exfoliate, depilatory. Since the depilatory they are mentioned in the Gemara, those are a problem. Okay, this is that for today, I believe. No, it's not. Wrong. Let's get to Yud Od Kosav. He also writes, the Isha Shetziva also a Rofim, a woman's command by the doctor, Shalot Ochav Rosh B'mayim Rak B'yayin. Choose wine instead of water. Here's your free me. You have to ask the doctors if the wine mixes the hairs up. I'm trying to think what's a better word for svach is in English. I don't know. Chaz basvach bekarnov. It's a form of knotting together. I don't know. They say it doesn't make the hair all messed up. Yes, you can lie on them. Doctors themselves don't know. Yes, she should go through a wet run. And she should check if the wine doesn't mess up her hair. Her specific hair, what the wine does to them. Not all natures are the same. Therefore, if it works for her, it's not a heter of another woman. The test should be 3 separate times. Then she's established a chazaka, a pattern, behind that they don't get all messed up with the wine. And they were maker because it's not mentioned in the Gemara as a problem. Piece of my cream, she was karba Gemara, but according to this cold water, which is mentioned in the Gemara as a problem, not going to be able to make a test on the future. It was just something which is by nature mesabech, as we know. You can't rely on one test. You can't rely on 3 tests. Each time you have to check separately. You're not supposed to do it. You have the scrubbing by Eon and the visual examination. So she takes some of the field. She be right before she goes to mikvah. Kadesh should be the same low as a chatzitza. So no chatzitza should happen in the interim. Rashi says she should not do it the night she goes to mikvah. Came and she mercifully involved so she's too hasty to Toiva and go back to her house. It's quite likely that she won't pay close attention. But that said, here she's going to do it very quickly. Therefore, it's best to do the chafifa and the examination during the daytime. Do it with calm deliberation. Take him in America and leave the bathhouse. When she did this, and not go to the mikvah. And the short amount of time, it's easy for her to keep herself from having an obstruction. But if you can't do the chafifa during the day, such as when you go to the mikvah after Shabbos Yontif, you got to do it at night. The halacha is a woman does chafifa during the day and goes to mikvah at night. And the halacha is also isha l'tokuf ela b'layla. She does chafifa at night. Kasha it's a contradiction. Low kasha, it's not difficult. The efshar is low efshar. When it's possible, it's not possible. It depends. Efshar chuppah yom. When it's possible to do chafifa during the day, going to be mechol. So it's a weekday. She has to do chafifa only during the day. In order not to do it too quickly. When it's not possible during the day, when she's going to make Motzei Shabbos or Yontif, then of course she has to do everything at night. But then it's right down the post if she's going Motzei Shabbos, so the mikvah she should start preparing somehow during Friday afternoon. Maybe it's going to bring that down later.